Very quickly, as I said to Baroness Amos, I represent in Sussex, and you're due to commence a review in October, I think, with the families in Sussex. University Hospital Sussex have obviously taken on, as I said, the recommendations from the Amos review and have looked at your Nottingham review. There's over 100 recommendations from both. They're on a 100-day sprint for the Amos review. Just talking about what your review is going to bring to Sussex, and how you've talked about, you've spoken to so many people, you sort of are seeing similar patterns, horrific, tragic patterns. So for the families in Sussex and for the teams in Sussex and the other reviews that are going to happen as well, the additionality of those reviews, if you can just talk to that a bit, that would be great.
Absolutely. So I think that an Ockenden review, and there are hundreds of people behind me, by the way, in my team, has two purposes. First of all, it is to find answers for families that they may not yet have had. But equally, something that we've done in the last 3 years in Nottingham is talk to huge numbers of staff, and I can tell you that University Hospital Sussex staff are already coming forward in large numbers to say, can we talk to you and your team, Donna? And then we have, for the last 3 years, and it will be rolled out in Sussex, we didn't just hand Nottingham a great big purple report. We had bi-monthly, every 2 months, learning and improvement meetings where we fed back to the Trust the things we were hearing from their own staff and from families they needed to do. And then we looked at their evidence on an ongoing basis. So I can say with confidence that Nottingham has actually put in place a lot of the learning throughout the process. It isn't about waiting for 3 years for Ockenden to finish her work. And I know as a local MP, I'm sure we'll be in touch on a regular basis. I wanted to reassure Sussex MPs and actually Leeds MPs about the way that we do things.
And just very quickly, the same question that I asked Baroness Amos around complementing the recommendations in her review alongside the recommendations that will come out of doubtless your Sussex and Leeds review and previous reviews. Do you see large areas of overlap and complementing recommendations for the trusts and, you know, for the families to hear about improvements?
Yes, I think that having been in and around perinatal services now since 1989, which is a very long time, I think that we often know what we need to do, but we simply don't get on and do it. And I think that that is one of the issues we face at the moment, albeit I still think it's absolutely vital that staff on the ground get to have, you know, their views heard, and we will work very hard with UHS staff on the ground, and families deserve answers. So maybe I think there's something about the system that means that parents are waiting years for answers and still staff voices are silenced. So we've got to get that right.